Hey, is this Keller?
Yes.
Hey, Keller, this is Alex Mackenzie-Low. How are you doing?
I'm fine, thank you. How are you doing?
Oh, I'm doing great, man. Doing great. Let's see. Did Carrie give you the lowdown on what's happening?
Yeah, I'm on.
Yeah? Sweet, sweet. Cool. So, yeah, just fill you in. I'm a music business student doing my final, senior seminar project. And I chose you for my artist profile because you're a huge influence to me, and, I have a lot of respect for you. And, yeah, this is
nice of you. Appreciate that.
yeah, man, it's a huge honor for me. But yeah, I guess I'll just go ahead and get started.
Hang on one second. Let me plug up and plug in here.
Okay, cool.
Alright, I will.
All right, cool. So the first one, just simply, when did you first start writing your own songs, or even just music?
So it was before I was 10. I did this little piano recital of songs that I made up simply because I refused to read music for some reason. So that's kind of the first song I ever made up was probably on piano.
Awesome, awesome. Started way young.
Yeah, I think on guitar I was probably about 15 when I started messing around with lyrics and things like that.
Very cool. So what was one of your first big successes, like the big markers earlier in your career where you finally felt you started making it?
Well, I don't think I've ever felt like I started making it, but I would imagine the first real memory was playing at a string change show, not on the main stage, but in this lobby foyer area. This is at the convention center in Portland, Oregon.
Nice.
And it's really cool. You can really tell from the outside, what building it is, because there's this giant pendulum that goes way up into the air, like this skyscraper, and then this cable hangs this giant pendulum down. And I was playing on the stage near this pendulum, and people were all
Damn, that's
spacey. And that was around the time that I started to introduce the bass into the loops. So it was probably 98, 99, something like that, New Year's. And that's when it kind of started to turn a little bit. People's, once the low end entered, and that's kind of when people started to dance.
Okay, are you talking like a synth bass or like an actual bass guitar?
No, it's bass, 4-string.
Oh, cool.
Bass.
Nice, nice. Because you play with synths as well, right? Like the synth.
Well, yeah, there's a synthesizer pickup in one of my guitars, and that's how I get the horn sounds and the trippy weirdness.
Yeah, that's what's up. Hell yeah. Cool. Let's see. So, how involved were you in the whole business aspect of your music, or did you sort of hand that off to other people?
Yeah, I tried to really get into it. I mean, it started out with just me, booking the shows. I'd sit on the floor with tons of pieces of paper all over the place with different numbers on it. And then my wife ended up taking that over, and then that's probably around 98, 99 that we gave it all up to an agency. And I still dabble in the day-to-day, but it's always better for me to kind of let the people I trust take over and do that for me.
Yeah, so you focus on writing music and all that.
Trying to, yeah.
Have they been treating you pretty well? Do you feel good with them?
Oh, well, I've been with Madison House for many, many years, and they've done so right by me for so long, and I'm really grateful that they.
That's awesome. That's awesome. Cool, man. Let's see. So have you had any success in music publishing, licensing, royalties and all that sort of scope of things?
Well, there's been nothing major as far as all of that. There's been a few songs that have gotten substantial radio play. One is "Speaker by the Speaker." That was 10 years ago or so. We pushed it to radio, and it did pretty well. It's probably one of the most played songs that I've written. And then there's the whole kids record that gets played a lot on the Sirius XM Kids station.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, so that I've definitely seen some royalties from that. They would latch on to a song and play it 3 times a day for 3 months, and then they do the same thing with another song, and they've done that 3 times in 3 different songs now. It's really, really cool.
Cool. So anything with like licensing, like film or any TV shows or anything like that?
Nope.
No? Okay. Cool. I could see it. Just putting that out there. That would be awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Make it happen.
Yeah, I'll try my best. I'm in the program to do something with it.
There you go.
Yeah. So let's see. What are some of your other revenue sources besides obviously live performances, like the big one for you?
Yeah, there's a whole other company that's all merchandise.
Merchandise.
That deals with CDs and T-shirts, and, all kinds of things. Lighters and all kinds of T-shirts and all kinds of stickers and a DVD or 2 in there, and my whole catalog is 20 deep or so. So there's that whole other side of it.
Yeah, nice. And what are you noticing with your CD sales in this whole digital age? Are they like on a pretty solid decline, or like they maintaining, or how's that going?
My CD, me producing CDs and making CDs and releasing and putting them out, it's really for one purpose only, and that's to document the music that is in my head. It's floating around. It's kind of like put it to bed, so to speak, in this compilation that is something that's tangible that you can hold.
Totally.
And it's never really been about sales, it's always been, just that documentation and the fact that some folks still buy it. The digital, I think, is definitely, I think does better than the actual CDs, but there's still pockets of folks that buy CDs. And, it's definitely, we've rolled with the times as far as the whole business side of it goes. Once the digital world started to take over and the mom and pop record stores started to shut down, and you just saw less and less of those sales, you just kind of roll with it. And so, yeah, the CDs that I make get into the hands of people that want them, and we're not really pushing hard to try to get new folks to check them out, because it's a digital world. There's so much that's actually streaming. On my website alone, there's hours and hours of live and recorded streaming music. If you take the time, you can really find just literally hours of free streaming music, as long as you have an internet connection. And that's kind of what it's come down in my world. It's good because I've never really focused my livelihood around record sales. It's always been around the live experience and ticket sales. But it's an amazing time to be a music lover.
Oh, yeah.
And the fact that there's so much that you can stream for free at any time. And my website is definitely keeping up with the Joneses, so to speak, in the sense that you can really hear so much pages and pages of streaming music on it.
Totally.
The internet connection is there. And I think what I was going with is probably better to get people to hear your music rather than try to make them buy it.
Exactly. It's more of like a business card, You give out free music and sort of like reel them in.
Yeah, it's like CDs. CDs are big, giant, plastic business cards.
Yeah, totally. Cool, man, cool. This might be a loaded question, but what are some of the main reasons you've been successful outside of musicianship and songwriting and performance? Just like what like networking sort of influences have played into your career? I'm sure that's like a long-winded one right there.
No, I guess the networking thing starts way back with the taping community, which was before the internet, was the only way to get my music just over to the West Coast, much less overseas, and that was through the taping community, which kind of came up through the Grateful Dead and then went into into Fish, and then kind of branched out and continued on for a little while. And people were coming to the shows and recording, and then taking those tapes or CDs or whatever, and trading them, and I think that was the original networking that really helped me back in the mid-'90s.
That's awesome.
I didn't have like a major label deal, which it seemed to be the only way to really get your music at that time, just to be outside the country, and so I was able to be heard, at least in a different community, without a major label. So I think that's kind of what I attribute most of my world to.
That's awesome. I've always had a lot of respect for that Grateful Dead model of just giving it out and taping it and sharing it. That's awesome.
Yeah, sure.
Very cool. Let's see. So what are some of your goals for the future here?
Well, my one main major goal in life is to pre-sell 1,000 tickets all over the world.
Like one show or many different shows, or
1,000 tickets to one show anywhere in the world. That's kind of like my goal.
Gotcha.
That's always been a big goal. Whether I reach it or not, still yet to be seen. But that's something that I strive for right there. And that's basically it. Other than that, pretty much golden rule, and definitely maintain the balance of family and music business and reality and perception of perception and reality, and definitely in my mind, and try to maintain that goodness there.
Yeah. Very nice. Cool, man. Let's see. So, who do you have working under you right now? So you got like an agent, a publicist. What else do you got going on under there?
Well, I've got my old friend named Cam Mullen, who's actually the business manager.
Okay.
And he, right now, there's at this present moment, there's booking and agent or booking and management is under the same roof. It has been for many, many years, and that's through Madison House. And then Cam Mullen and my wife definitely really look after day-to-day and things of that nature. And directly, on the road with me, I have Louis Gossain, who's an incredible sound engineer / backup singer / tour manager / travel agent. And he's really is he's kind of what is making the show go right now. As far as the ground attack. And then there's my stage guy who steps up, takes down, drives. His name is Brooks Forster. So that's kind of like my immediate boring family.
No, that's great.
The three of us fit into and all the gear fit into a minivan.
And that's how you're going to be doing your winter tour here, is just in the van, or?
It's pretty much we're operating under the weekend warrior, year-round mentality, where, I'm home from Sunday to Thursday, and then gone from Thursday to Sunday.
Cool. All right. So where do you see the music business as a whole going in the future, like within the next 5 years or so? Any foresight on that?
Yeah, it's obviously been a resurgence of the whole acoustic world, full circle coming back around, but this time more along the lines of what I call indie-kana.
Indie what now?
Indie-kana.
Okay.
Kind of like indie cross with Americana.
Nice.
And you're seeing a lot of acoustic instruments and banjos and mandolins, along with tattoos and piercings. So that's kind of like something that's really alive and happening right now, and that's rocking side by side. That's kind of like the mainstream. That's rocking side by side with this whole incredible. It's hard to say underground, but the whole electronica world is really come into the mainstream.
Big time.
But to a certain sense, there's definitely an underground aspect to it, in the sense of the ultra music festivals selling out at 100 and whatever 50,000 tickets. And then if you mention the Ultra Music Festival to random people, they'll never won't know what it is. So it's kind of like, yeah, it's in the mainstream, but yet it's maintaining this underground street cred that's fathomable in mainstream, and it's simply proven with the Ultra Music Festival.
Yeah, big underground community. Totally.
Yeah.
All right. So obviously there's no formula, but how do you usually go about writing a song? Is it lyrics first, music first? You just hear something in your head, or what goes on in your head there?
Yeah, usually for me it's the hook. You know, it's the chorus of the song that usually comes first.
Okay.
And then the verses kind of stem out from that, and that's what comes first. And then like a melody and the hook, and then I'll try and put it together with the music. How I do it.
Cool. Let's see. So you've covered tons of people's songs. Like, you're notorious for that. Have you ever had people like cover your songs? That you know of?
There's YouTube stuff of little bars and restaurants, folks playing my songs.
Okay.
That's always flattering. But yeah, String Cheese Incident definitely is taking my song the best feeling in the world, definitely to a new, higher level. It's really,
yeah.
To hear their version.
Cool. Let's see. So, how much has collaborating with other artists played into your success? Like, you play with Victor Wooten, Bela Fleck, like all those guys. Like, has that really thrown your career forward, would you say?
I don't know. I don't know if I would say that. I mean, it's definitely an honor and an incredible, surreal moment for me to be playing with folks like that. I think it doesn't hurt, but I don't know if it necessarily brings people out. I mean, it's a whole different. You're playing to a different crowd when you're with these folks, and I guess that turns on a whole different spectrum. Mm-hmm. And hopefully those people come back. You know, when I come around as a headliner, you know. But it's tricky. It's tricky to say. I know for one thing for sure, it's an incredible honor to be able to share the stage with such folks as that. You know.
Totally. Cool, man. Well, I want to respect your time. I just got one more question for you. So it's my main question because I'm an aspiring singer-songwriter. So I'm just wondering what suggestions you have for aspiring solo singer-songwriters just trying to break through in the industry. You know, what should they focus on outside of their music?
Well, you should have a backup plan first and foremost, some way to make money so you don't have to rely on music as your sole source of income, because that's just a huge setup for heartbreak.
Okay.
I would say focus on small, maybe restaurants that don't necessarily have music scene, and kind of create a music scene maybe.
Okay.
Offer to play for free, and then if people come in the next time, maybe you get dinner, and just kind of build up and work a trusting relationship with some kind of small business owner, not necessarily, you know, a music venue, but I think to create something like that. Not all people will be into that, but you find like slow nights, and you can create an event and do it every week. Mm-hmm. And I think that's a great way to start. And then before that, maybe even open mics, just getting used to playing on a microphone in public. And usually when you're on a microphone, you're plugged in, you're forced to play the song all the way through.
Oh yeah.
That's always important. Whenever I'm in the basement or something, I'll just stop in the middle. And occasionally I'll go out and I'll call up a buddy that runs the place, and I'll just call it like 8 o'clock and say, look, I want to come in and play from like 10 to 11:30. Sometimes I'll do that, and just try out new gear or new songs or something. And I think that's really great too, just not really focusing on making a bunch of money and creating an event.
Gotcha.
Having a backup plan so you don't have to rely on that money for music.
Yeah. Awesome. Well, that's great advice.
Right on.
Well, thank you so much for having this interview with me. I'll be sure to share with my music business friends and all that, and I can't thank you enough, man.
Right on. Thanks, man. Have good luck with this.
Thank you so much, man.